and that's it. The series is over. The final day is over. 25 days of Test cricket. First time I think I've ever seen in my life. And what a state, what a team. I didn't expect this firstly. Before the series, I thought England was going to win 2-1 against this young Indian side. But they've turned it around. I was actually kind of disappointed because I was thinking the game was going to be over yesterday and we were like, not even the fact that we were going to lose, but oh, I kind of wish that 5 days would have happened for every single test. I would have been. Luckily, the rain came through and we were already on the good momentum. We might have won and tested as well, who knows. But the rain stopped it and we came till day 5 again. Uh, I can I think this test series will be one of the test series we won't forget for a while. On a technical basis, we won last time in India. So do we technically retain the title since we tied it up? What do you think?
I mean, I don't think I would really want to focus on that right now. That is one of the minor things that should be focused on. Because what a great, great series we have witnessed, and the finale wasn't short of anything. This is how a test series should be. This is test cricket at its finest. Um, this series showed the importance of winning those small battles, those 1 hour battles, even how 1 hour's play can change the momentum to your side. And if you dominate one session, even if the opposition team had dominated throughout the previous 1 or 2 days, if one session, 1 hour can change the momentum completely to your side. And we witnessed that multiple times in the series, and it did happened again in this fifth test as well. And yeah, there's definitely. Uh, I mean, this. I have no words to be honest to express how I feel after seeing this test series, because we've seen a lot of unsung heroes show up. Both the teams have had an inexperienced sectors in their lineup. If you have noticed, India is a young side. Even England is quite a young side as well. You look at India before the series, there was the retirement of Rohit Sharma. There was Ashwin who retired. There was Virat Kohli who retired. So there's these huge shoes to fill. And if you look at England's lineup as well, there's no more Stuart Broad, there's no more Jimmy Anderson. The previous 11 used to have Joss Butler, Bairstow. Yes, it's a little, they've moved on from that, but their bowling attack is still very experienced. Both these teams' bowling attack had a lot of inexperience, but the amount of pressure that both these bowling lineups soaked in and the performances that they've given, uh, hats off to them. It is vital for both the teams going forward. The fight they put, I mean, in not taking the spotlight away from England, but you have to give it to India for the way these young lads, new captains for series that do an away series in England in English conditions, never easy, and to put up a fight like this, absolutely brilliant. Uh, and to start off, let's talk about the match now. I think this test, the pitch was what everybody was looking to when this was a typical English conditions game. The ball actually swinging. You could see the pitch was lush green. There was a lot of green on the pitch. The ball was doing a lot, uh, especially in the first hours of of each day. And you could see that movement. There was especially on first day, the batters were struggling. If you see India's batting that way, Yashasvi Jaiswal, yes, he did have quite a lean patch. it came in this series. It was very on and off, and in this first innings as well, he got out quickly. But yeah, KL Rahul, it was just a rare instance of him getting out early. We haven't seen that happen in this series. I think it was just a rare bad game with the bat for KL Rahul. But you can't say much about it. He's delivered 4 test matches out of 5. I mean, hats off for that. The one opener staying and seeing that ball through, making it, seeing that the old new ball bears off, as ball becomes softer, it's easier for the batters to come to play. So all in all, KL Rahul has played well in the series, but he just had a bad game with the bat. Um, and then Sai Sudarshan, he had gotten off to a brilliant start. It was a very particular classic test innings from Sai Sudarshan. If you say 38 of 108 balls, just he was leaving he knew which line he wanted to play, and he made sure he was playing the deliveries that came in those lines, that line itself, and was leaving the rest of the ball. You could see there was no more of the leg side fishing. But yeah, I hope that he could have converted the start because he was playing really well. The man that I'm really happy for in this first innings is Karun Nair. You could see last game he was in tears. You know how much it means to him to be part of this team India side. And yes, he when he made his debut as well back in India against England as well. He performed. He had come up with a triple century. Then he was dropped. There was a lot that happened in his life. Then he did make a huge statement in the last 2 3 years in the Ranji Trophy. We saw in the SM80, and he deserved a spot in this Indian side. It was just that he had the starts in every Test match, but he was unable to convert it, and that's what was he was unable to prove his point, and which was really frustrating for him as well. So it was really nice to finally see him get a 50. And yes, in this innings was mostly everybody was in the 20s, 150. It was that low scoring innings, 200 odd runs. That's it. It was a really tough pitch to bat on when it was in the first 2 days. At least it was really tough. Gus Atkinson picking up a 5 wicket haul, very crucial. You see the economy 1.5. That's some brilliant bowling. You have to give it to him. And then Josh Tongue with that 3 foot. Um, and that 3 wickets also was of the wickets of Jadeja, who's been really consistent this series. Karun Nair, the man who scored the half century, and Sai Sudarshan, who looks set. So those were important wickets as well. Now you come to this English first innings. Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett, they went off to a flying start once again. We have seen this happen multiple times, at least 2 3 times in this series already, and they got off to a flying start. It looked like they were up for ready to put on a huge score. It was they had a partnership of 92 runs, and it was is the 13th over that actually saw a wicket fall, and that too Ben Duckett. And again, the exchange between Akashdeep and Ben Duckett, that little rivalry that both of them have, I think it started when Akashdeep debuted against England in India. And Akashdeep has a really good record when it comes to bowling to Ben Duckett. He has really dominated that matchup. But Ben Duckett had taken the attack to him when it came this time around. He had hit a couple of sixes, but then Akashdeep did give some lusty blows onto Ben Duckett. You saw one coming in, one hitting Ben Duckett a couple of times the ball. And then when Ben Duckett tried to reverse sweep it, I think Akashdeep bowled the perfect ball to get him out. He knew what he was doing, and Akashdeep finally won that battle. And from there on, it I think till lunch was when England dominated, but post lunch session, which was what really set the tone for the Indian bowlers and twisted the match brought the match back in balance. Um, Again, I know we've spoken about it before, but Siraj, when Bumrah is not there, really picks up his game. He takes the responsibility. He leads the attack, and the dedication that Siraj puts in. How often have we seen a fast bowler these days who's not been rested in the likes of workload management? You see Siraj Touchwood, no injuries at all. He's fit. He's ready to give it his all. He was bowling 8 over spells, 8 over spells, and you couldn't see any fall in the intensity from his side. He always gave 100% every over, and in those 8 over spells, if I'm not wrong, in the post lunch session, it was in that 8 over session that he picked up those 2 wickets of Ollie Pope and Joe Root. Uh, Joe Root, who has been the man for England for over the years, and this series as well. He loves playing against India, and Jadeja picks up that crucial wicket. Jadeja, really sorry. Mohammad Siraj picks up that crucial wicket. He's just been exceptional for India this series. He's a leading wicket taker in the series. He's played all 5 matches, 25 days of cricket that he's been part of. It's just truly, truly exceptional. And that started the fall of this English side. And Prasidh Krishna being dropped from the 11, coming back. What a game he's had. 4 wickets in the first innings, 4 wickets in the second. But let's talk about the first innings first. After getting belted, all of the bowlers getting belted in the start, then coming. What a way to come back. Um, the 4 wickets Prasidh Krishna picked up as well. Yes, it's mostly the lower order, but it include the price wicket of Jamie Smith also, who looked in fine touch this series. And the Zach Crawley's wicket also he got. The bowling by Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj has been exceptional. Akash Deep, yes, there's no wickets against his name to show his bowling performance, but it has been a really good bowling performance by these pacers. I know I can go on, but and I know I wasn't part of the last video. I was tied up with some work, and my friend here, yes, he's revealed his name. Srihan has uh, conveyed that to you guys as well. Let's get his opinion on the match right now. So, what do you think, my friend?
One thing which I can clearly say is that this match was no short of a roller coaster. After the first inning, I'm just gonna just show a brief recap because you've already talked about all the scores and all the individual stats. But one thing I can tell as a perspective, because I've been up. Like I think the match starts like 6 o'clock around that for us over here. So I wake up around that time and I keep checking, and then even after my class is done, right after the class is done, I go back, I check on my phone, and every single time I open that phone or I open Sky Sports, there's a different feeling while watching the game because you never know what kind of state you might be in. At a point, you might be seeing, okay, Jaisal's playing well. You can say that Gill has been playing well. Or suddenly Karuna picked up his form. Oh, that's very good. And then once you're down with the first innings, then you see these two England openers come in, bashing up the entire bowling order. And at that point, you can only say, huh, now what? Are we going to lose the game? Probably. That's what it looks like. It looks like we're going to lose again. No, suddenly the bowlers will again pull back. We get a lead of, we are only trailing by 20, 30 runs. Okay, game, it's still there. We can still pull it back. And after we do it though, we come into the batting side again. We come in, we try hitting how much ever we can. But the issue, what I saw with the team is that we haven't been able to, what is it called, maintain. Like if you're coming in for like the last session or so, we're not able to handle the fact that okay, we let's go without losing a wicket. Every single, I mean, that's with most teams, but that's the difference between a World Test Championship winning team and a team which can just miss out on the finals or whatever. And after that, looking at the first innings as it is, England were superb. I cannot lie, but the top order of England has been superb. The middle order, the upper middle order, obviously, it's been on a different level. And you can see this as well. People have been saying Harry Brook is the going to be part of the new young Fab Four. Joe Root is already the best Fab Four Test player, and we can all say that right now as well. But right now, when I look at that Indian side, I still feel like, is this side ready? Like, if you would put this team in a WTC final against a team like Australia or again against this England side only, there's no guarantee that we're going to win, especially in English pitch. So that's why I had that feeling after watching the first innings. Now, after the second innings, that was a different story as it is.
Okay, now coming to the second innings, obviously way better performance with the bat. Jaiswal with century. I actually saw this really funny clip saying that Jaiswal he'll only play one or two innings in a long Test series, but only one of them will really contribute to a win, and the other one just a backlash because of his strike. So that's one issue, but I think he really showed up. That's definitely one of the factors of why we could at least come back in the game. And like I just mentioned right now, we kept losing that one or two wickets, right? Which kind of tend kept this momentum slow thing because whenever we lose a wicket on like what from the last 10 overs, that really frustrates the players. And you have to send in night watchman. But these guys on day three, they didn't send a night watchman, they sent an FBI guard because he sent the England bowlers for a toss. 66 or 94 from Akash, which is one of the most iconic knocks in this complete series because no one expected it. The fact that he hit 4 of 2 that day, only I was going to really, oh, let's go hitting it out. Because I don't know, it reminded me of I think Siraj came once, I think in BGT or the New Zealand tour, like not New Zealand tour, when New Zealand came to tour India, we sent Siraj again for one of the night watchmen and he got bowled. And I was like, oh my god, what is. But Akash did a fantastic job. Again, Gill kind of unfortunate I was expecting he would have a good captain's knock, like how he has been doing the entire series. But unfortunately, generally, whenever he has pulled that captain, Jaiswal doesn't play. The other is Jaiswal played, and then Shubman could. So that's fine. Karunar, I think he just has that one match quota, one innings quota. Jadeja, obviously, very good with the bat. I think he was very crucial in the last few test matches. That's why I think if you would have had stuff for every single test match, then maybe you would have also been a content. Like, definitely instead of Shubman Gill getting the player of the series, he might have gotten it. We never know. Dhruv Jurel was that keeper. Decent performance. I can't expect anything else from Dhruv Jurel. Washi, yes. That was simply something like ODI type of innings. 4 sixes that too. I think the crowd also just loved those sixes. Looking at the English fans while Washi was hitting the sixes, it was just a different level of satisfaction, I guess. So he hit about 40 runs of just boundaries. That will obviously frustrate. It's pretty common in Test cricket, but hitting these many sixes in that 46 balls, it's not much of a thing you see over and over again. And Siraj was different. You can't expect more. Now, Josh Thomas, 5 wicket haul. Gus Atkinson, 3 wickets, and over 2 wickets. Again, same strategies guys keep trying to do with Root and the Travel Bethel. Obviously, it's just not working. I personally, this is one of the reasons why England will never win a WTC. Yes, India is also not in a good spot right now to win the WTC, but I don't know. I think India right now, this team, I would kind of rather think that if India had to face a team like the defending champions right now, South Africa, or a team like Australia, who also won the final, India have better chances in this. Because the England side, trust me, it's not that good. They're doing decent only because they're on their home ground right now. But we saw last year when they came to India how much of a belting they got by the Indian team. And that was also when like not all the players were super fast. They were all like in the BGT form only, like before how they played in the BGT and what led to the retirement because that stage only back. But still, they weren't able to read any of the balls and they kept leaving the position. Back. I still don't feel that these things are ready for WTC. The reason why WTC is there for years left still. But I think if England, because I think England, if this is a win project of theirs for so long to win the WTC, and next three WTC finals are going to be in England as well. So if you don't make most of the next three WTC finals, what are you actually trying to do? Now, the opening partnership, Jack Crowley, Ben Duckett, Ollie Pope, yes, Ben Duckett 50 as usual. Then roll into Harry Brooks, and that's when I kind of gave up on that. They were not stopping, they were like 85 runs, still 7 wickets left. I was like, oh, game's practically gone now unless these both go and another wicket falls and stuff like that. And then, yes, it fell to the sixth wicket and then the wicket started. And at this point, I was like, okay, the rain somewhat screwed both sides momentum. What is going to happen tomorrow is the really issue. I was like, if there's somewhat Siraj should handle it. And that's exactly what happened. Siraj did handle it. He got a five wins and winning the 6 runs. I think that's the lowest margin by which India won with in test cricket. And fun fact, it's not the lowest margin which England lost to test. I think it's number 4 right now. So England has had this kind of losses in the past couple of games. Last 10 years, not only lost by 1 run. To England, someone fact checked on that. I might not be correct, but I think that was the situation. Prasidh Krishna and decent. Siraj also one more important thing. He was conceding over 4 runs per over and this entire test series almost. But he really pulled it up 3.4. Superb, absolutely so. 13 overs. And fun fact, we still haven't won a single test match this year with Bumrah in our team. Calendar year. I know, shocked. I mean, technically this is only our 5th test match of the year because we faced Australia last year and in January also we lost to Australia. So yeah, we haven't won actually with Bumrah games. So that's kind of a concern. But I think if Siraj can just, have the same, if he has the mentality that Bumrah is not playing, let's say he has the mentality that Bumrah is not playing, I think he can do better. He'll probably do better. And then Bumrah will have less workload and BCA can actually, calm down, settle, saying that, okay, Bumrah is going to be fine. Siraj will also perform. There are other bowlers. We can calmly watch the series and the next couple of series which are going to happen at home or whenever we always know, we can try conquering that space, things like that. But otherwise, I think good test series are overall. Second innings were obviously pretty nice. 25 days of test cricket. I think first time I've ever seen, like I mentioned before. But how let me say how my 20s.
Yeah, second innings definitely the best part of this test match. India again with the small lead that they had to that England had the small deficit that India had to get over and then put on a target for England. That was the task given when India came to bat. But if you look at the pitch when India came to bat, I think later on as the test match progressed, the pitch became flatter and it was became easier to bat. I wouldn't say it was easy to bat out there because the ball definitely had some movement here and there. There was some parts of play during the day where the ball used to do a little here and there, and it was for the bowlers is more about hitting that line and length. And when I mean, Srihan here did mention the scores, but yeah, it was good. I did mention earlier that Yashasvi Jaiswal was very on and off in this series, but he did perform when it mattered. Crucial century in the second half, which kind of set the tone. His partnership with the hero Akash Deep, I think he was the unsung hero of this test match per se, because that knock of 66 was very vital. The intent that he showed, It looked like it was a proper test match batsman out there. It didn't look like it was a night watchman or a bowler. There were no hints of that sort at all. And it was really pleasing on the eye to watch his innings. And yes, the rest didn't contribute much. Then, like always, our lower order has been really exceptional in this tour. Ravindra Jadeja, he's been consistent. That's the reason we call him Sir Jadeja. And I think his love affair with the English conditions and the ground continued with then yet another half century out there. And Washi, ever since he's been introduced into the Test Cricket Forum, he's performed for India. He's pulled India out of tough situations. And this wasn't a relatively tough situation, but these were crucial runs that he did put up, and it was at a quite fast rate as well. I mean, if you look at the pace that this Test match was going, it looked like those one of those Test matches that we've been witnessing for the past 2 3 years that finishes by the fourth day. No, that was the pace that it was going at. Wickets were falling fast, runs were coming quick. There was a lot happening, and yeah, the English bowling again. Josh Tongue picks up 5 wickets, and kudos to him. You have to give it to him. The 5 wicket haul is not easy. That comes by. It doesn't come by every match or every day. Uh, so it is a good achievement. But let's get at the most fascinating part of the Test match, which was England's second innings. You can see in the third day of this Test match, at the end is when England were put to bat, the target being 374 um, to achieve. Uh, all stats popped up showing that uh, there was no the highest successful chase was some 260 odd. There was nothing that was chased more than that in that particular ground. But England have been known for breaking such records. They did so in Edgbaston. That definitely played on the minds of the fans and the players. There was a lot of tension, and the England almost went scattered, without any losses. But I think in the last couple of days, had absolute peach of the Yorker from Siraj to take Zach Crawley um, did what set up for India for the next day. The new batter had come in, he had to start fresh, and India, when they came back the next day, they bowled brilliantly, pick up 2 wickets in the first hour of play as well. This somewhat brought the game back to their side. The match after the first hour of day four was hanging in India's balance more than England, but that partnership between Harry Brook and Joe Root. Harry Brook was just finding runs at ease, and I think a lack of judgment by Mohammad Siraj, that catch drop, that that was one of the turning points that brought the game back in favor of England, and that partnership looked almost unbreakable. It looked like England were running away the game. England was breaking yet another record, and yet another record chase, rather, and it was none other than Harry Brook has been the number one Test batsman for a reason, and he's a perfect example of the baseball template. And Joe Root has been Mr. Reliable for this English side for ages now. I mean, he went past Kumar Sangakkara by scoring the century when it comes to most centuries in Test cricket. And it's just fascinating the way he bats. He's a proper test match batsman. You can see uh, it, as a neutral in a neutral perspective, it is really pleasing to the eye to watch batsmen like Joe Root, Kane Williamson to bat the technique, the soundness, the straight bat. I mean, these are all pure cricketing shots. that you get to witness. And I think that the turning point was, I wouldn't really say turning point. You could see at the end, almost at, I think this was a T when Harry Brooks' wicket fell. Siraj took the catch. Yes, the game was still in England's hands. It was England were pretty comfortable even after Harry Brook got out. There wasn't much that needed to be much runs on board that they had to chase. But Jacob Bethel, I think that initial jitters that he's having in his career, the nervousness of facing this Indian attack, even though it's young, they're quite fierce. He looked very uncomfortable in crease. A couple of balls that just flew in the air and like half chances. But yeah, and then you could see when Jacob Bethel stepped out and chopped on the ball to the stumps for yet another wicket. It was more of that urgency that Bethel wanted just get some runs on board to gain some confidence because he was really not able to find his footing, and with that his wicket fell, and that somewhat brought back belief to the Indian side. But the real turning point that gave India more hope was when Joe Root's wicket fell. I think when Jacob Bethel was unable to score runs, even Joe Root started to he was finding it a little uncomfortable. You could see the in swingers. There were a lot of LBW appeals out there by Siraj. At least there were about two, three appeals. Joe Root struggling the in swing late, and then Prasidh Krishna with a beautiful ball to get Joe Root's wicket. That was the real turning point that gave India more hope. And obviously, coming into day five, uh, England needed about 35 runs. Yes, it could have finished in day four itself, uh, but the rain obviously delayed the result of the match. Come day five morning, India need four wickets. England need about 35 runs, and it looks like England is still the favorites to win this match. But the way the Indian bowlers bowled in the morning, hats off. The captain decisions, the field placement, the bowler choices that Shubman Gill took was absolutely exceptional. And the amount of work that the bowlers put in this test match, they gave it their all. They knew this was the last day of the series. It was like the 25th day cricket that they will play. They'll have to give it their all, make their nation proud, and that's what they did. Uh, First fell Jamie Smith, Siraj obviously picking up the wicket. Then you see a beautiful yorker by Prasidh Krishna to take the wicket of Josh Tongue, and Jamie Overton was LBW by Mohammad Siraj. And then yet another heroic walk out in this test match. Yet another gutsy player that we got to witness. Absolute massive respect to Chris Wokes for coming out there and supporting his teammate, trying to get his team over the line. Yes, he didn't bat a ball, but it takes some courage to come out to the bat. Uh, you know, with one dislocated shoulder, holding one bat in one hand and going. It is really a big it should be appreciated. It's a huge respectful moment. uh, these are the stories that you can tell the coming generations. Rishabh Pant coming out through pain, Chris Wokes coming out through pain. There are a lot of things that this series will be remembered for. There were a lot of hard fought battles. There are a lot of players who played through pain. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that have gone through this test match. And yes, even though Gus Atkinson put 17 runs, it took another Yorker from Siraj to seal the victory. And these bowlers did deserve this victory. and to finish the series at 2-all was absolutely exceptional. Yes, there'll be people saying, even to be honest, even I'll be saying the score should rather read 4-0 because of the number of times we had the game in hand, but it was the small battles that mattered. There were two matches that England capitalized on those small moments, and two matches where India capitalized on small moments. And there's that one match where both battled it out hard, and the match was drawn. This was a series to remember. Two sides going through that, revamp in their test squad, trying to find a perfect match. And I think both have worked out their squad, and this will be more or less be the squad for both these teams. England, I'm not sure, but India, this will be the core for the coming years, and it's some exciting brand of cricket that you can see under Shubman Gill's era. Virat Kohli's team had a different identity. Rohit Sharma's team had under Rohit Sharma, the team had a different identity, and I think this series set the identity for the team under Shubman Gill, and it looks really exciting. I'm looking forward to it. There's a reason why Test cricket is called many of the greats of this game called Test cricket as the best format. This is place where your cricketing skills are actually tested, and I 100% stand with them. It's so exciting to watch. There's so much to learn from these games. There's those small battles. Is the test of patience, mental capacity of the players, uh, and how much they're able to push themselves. This game definitely does teach a lot, and a lot of learnings to take some for both these teams. There are definitely some areas that both these teams need to work on. The prospect of Indian cricket team, especially in the test format, does look bright, and I'm really looking forward to it. Uh, right now, I don't think there's much cricket coming, but the next time Indian cricket steps on the field, we'll be there. There's no way we are missing out on cricket. Our passion for cricket will never die. Uh, Cricket is more than just a sport for us. It's more like an emotion, and as long I've said this in multiple videos, as long as cricket is there, we are there. And yeah, you guys might be wondering, there are more videos, lesser subscribers, but if we do it as a passion and the love we receive from the people who watch, we're really grateful for that. And as always, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share these videos. See you next time.
Bye.